What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. We have got a huge signing today. I managed to create the coins to purchase some, not create the coins, you'll see where the coins were generated from of course. But we picked up our most expensive player ever. Now previous to this, the most expensive player we ever bought was Ronaldo for 1.2 million. We had also bought inform Alexis Sanchez months ago for 1 million and then sold him almost immediately. And now we are buying, to my knowledge, I can't remember a player that I paid more coins for than who you're about to see me buy in the next few minutes. But with that being said, guys, let's try and smash 3,000 likes for today's video. I would appreciate that. You're seeing me do some footy stuff here. We're going to go into some gameplay. I've got some questions. I want to get through all of them today. So we're going to try our best. Nitrous Gaming says, I think Gerrard is better than Lampard, to be honest. What do you guys think? What I like about Lampard is he has a 4-star weak foot, what Gerrard doesn't have. And one of the reasons why I chose to sell Team of the Season named Golan, who also might have been one of my more expensive players. The reason why I chose to sell him because he was 3-star, 3-star. And that's exactly what Gerrard is. Gerrard, 3-star, 3-star. Which one of them's 4-star weak foot? Foot ahead. Let's go. I think it's Gerrard that's 3-star, 3-star. Now, whilst Gerrard's card is probably better, yeah, he's 3-star, 3-star. Whilst his card is probably better and more well-rounded than Lampard's, that 4-star weak foot is big for me. The thing that I don't like or don't enjoy about Lampard, it isn't even the stamina, right? 83 stamina on Gerrard is whatever. It's usable, it's doable, it doesn't matter. The 72 stamina on Lampard also doesn't really matter. He's medium. He's not in an integral part in terms of offence or defence. He's like a nice link-up player. He doesn't burn his stamina too bad. And the games I've played with him, I've subbed him out a couple of times late on, but I've never sat there and thought to myself, wow, the stamina has really cost me here. So there's a lot of our funds, guys. We've obviously got a lot of coins in the bank anyway, and Antonio Valencia right there is a big sale that generated a lot more coins for us. The thing that I don't get about Lampard is his pace. Although he has 80 pace, he doesn't have 80 pace. He has 99 acceleration and 63 sprint speed. I don't even know how that works. That just doesn't make any sense. That's not replicative of him as a player in his prime. It's just not. Our FUT birthday player, by the way, guys, was a good card, especially in giving with Lampard and Gerrard. We ended up getting Ashley Cole untradeable, which is fantastic. Yeah, like Lampard's shooting, passing, physical stats are great. Even his defending stats are very good. Good stand tackle, good interceptions, good heading. His dribbling stats are great. His agility and balance is low, which is true to him as a player. But yeah, sprint speed at 63, you can't even put a good chem style on him because he's got 99 acceleration already. So the best you can do is get him up to, I believe, 73 sprint speed. Yeah, like a Hunter, a Catalyst or a Shadow will get him up to 73 sprint speed, but it won't change his acceleration, of course, at all, which I find a bit silly. So on that, like with that, due to his stamina and due to his bizarre pace, I also would agree that Gerrard is probably the better player of the two in FIFA. Mark Diaz says, hey Nep, switch Costa to right CDM and then explains how I could have got one more player on 10 chem in the last team. I took that on board and you guys were right. I could have got somebody else onto 10 chem. However, I sold Costa so that I could buy Zlatan Ibrahimovic. As I said, you'll see right at the end, it's explained exactly what I sold, how I sold it, why I sold it. We bought Ibra for 1.3 million coins. I believe that's our most expensive player. I'm now starting to think maybe Nainggolan might have been up there as well. But I loved Ibra's Player of the Month card, and I wanted to try this card. If I don't enjoy it, if I don't feel like I'm getting like a huge return out of him, I can sell him and go and buy Alexis Sanchez, no problem at all. But for right now, I want to try him. I want to use him. Tom Bishop says, hey Nep, I switched to 4-2-3-1 this weekend and it took me from a gold 3 player to a gold 1 player. Have you considered using more defensive formation to maybe help you push towards top 100? Love the content, keep it up. Yeah, I mean, throughout this series, dude, I've tried 5-3-2, 4-2-3-1, 4-1-2-1-2, 4-3-2-1, 4-1-2-1-2 wide, 4-4-2. Like, I've tried a lot of the different variants of the formations. The problem isn't, as you know, I've explained it so many times, the problem isn't the formation or the game or the gameplay in general. Like the formation might cost me 1 in 50 games. gameplay, bad gameplay, laggy gameplay might cost me 1 in 20 games. Might cost me 1 in 20 games. The biggest problem is that whilst I'm competent as a player at FIFA, I'm just not good enough. That's the harsh reality, dude. I'm just not good enough to get top 100 this year. I've plied my trade this year. I've played nearly 4,000 games of FIFA across all my accounts, and my problem has constantly been the fact that I can't defend properly. It's probably not logical for me this year now to try to up my game and focus hard on learning the mechanics to defend better, or learn the play styles, or the ins and outs, the intricacies that will make me a better defender, because FIFA 18 is less than 8 weeks away now, and Gamescom is less than 4 weeks away, which means FIFA 18 info is going to be here in around 4 weeks, and at that point FIFA 17 is literally done. Every year it's the same. As soon as Gamescom comes, as soon as that FIFA 18 information starts coming through, or like the next FIFA's information, the previous FIFA literally dies. So we've got arguably 4 weeks left of this game being still played a fair amount. I know a lot of people have already stopped playing it. I know a lot of people don't take this game seriously anymore. I know a lot of people stop watching FIFA content and so on and so forth. But like, if you think if this is the peak, it goes along and then it starts to dive down towards the back end after Team of the Season, and then when Gamescom comes, it just drops. So for the sake of 4 weeks, it's not worth me putting in the energy to become better, like that good at this FIFA now. I should have done it months ago. I should have figured something out to do it. Next year, I've ordered a PlayStation. I am going to switch to PlayStation next year, which means this account will not, or my Road to Glory next year won't get welcome back packs or anything like that. And I'm going to work with Dr. Java next year, as long as he's down to do it. And I'm going to try and practice my craft against him a lot next year, and try and improve as a player through his knowledge and his values. And I'm going to try and make sure I can get top 100 at least once next year. I didn't think I'd do it this year. In fact, one of the comments is Eddie Hollis says, I was watching Nep's Road to Glory episode 15 yesterday. He said that he expected him to just scrape silver 1 on his Road to Glory. How much this series has changed. Well done, Nep. Keep up the good work, bro. Yeah, I mean, like back at the start, I didn't expect this much out of a Road to Glory. You know, I expected it to be a grind. I expected it to be hard. I didn't expect to be able to push, you know, Gold 1, Elite 3, Elite 2. I would say my average finish is 30 wins. I think that's fair to say. There's a lot of weekends where I didn't finish my games, and you can probably discount those. But on the weekends I've tried my hardest and played all 40 games, a few times I've finished with 26, 27, 28. A few times I've finished with 32, 33, 34. Most of the time I finish on around 30 wins. So I'd say my average is 30 wins. I did not expect that this year. I did not expect to have the teams I've got, to have the players I've got. I don't know, I would like to consider myself a good FIFA player. I always try to be a better player. I always want to be a better player. But I know that, especially with the competitive scene this year, there's a lot of people out there who are also trying to be good and doing the best they can to improve. I know top 100 goes down to X amount of wins, right? Usually 36, 37 wins for top 100 on Xbox. So when I get 33, 34 wins, or 32, 31, 30, if 100 is down to 36, you could argue that maybe 1,000 is down to 30. Are there more than 1,000 people that get 30 wins? I don't know. But I'd say that's a fair assessment, that I would be in potentially the top 1,000 players in the world. And that in itself is pretty cool. It would be nice if EA actually gave you like a proper rank and you knew exactly where you were. I think that would be amazing. Unfortunately, that's not the case. Just one comment as well. Tom Ganaway, and this got some thumbs up, and it kind of rubbed me up the wrong way, which doesn't really happen in the comment section much. He said, I'm sure it's a small demographic, but the women that watch these videos must be sick of the word dudes. Expand your vocabulary, it's mind-numbing. The videos are great, but come on, what's mind-numbing, Tom, is just your idiocy. Dudes is not a gender-specific like term. When I say hey dudes or hey bros, or when I say what's up guys, I start every single video since at least FIFA 11 with what's up guys, NepentheZ here. And no one's ever sat there and gone, well, what about the girls? Because guys, when I say guys, and you know, when you say mind-numbing, what's mind-numbing is that you're trying to start a drama off of the back of nothing, instead of just understanding and accepting that you know, I know, we know, any woman that watches this video knows the terminology of guys and dudes is not gender specific. It is essentially a gender neutral term. If you want to look into it in detail and say, oh yeah, dude was generally for a guy. Dude, what's up, dude? Like, but guys and dudes and mate, they're all gender neutral. They're non-gender specific. And the fact that you're actually trying to start this kind of idiotic drama in the comment section, and it's got some thumbs up as well, that is what's truly mind-numbing, dude. If anyone has an issue with me using the terminology of dude or guys, get the fuck off my channel. Honestly, I don't want you here. If you're kind of snowflake that's like, oh, he offends me by using the term dudes, honestly, I'm not for you. Just get off my channel and go and watch someone else, because you will not find anyone in the FIFA community that doesn't use the terminology of guys, mates, bros, dudes. Even when I say, hey, bros, I will join a conversation that will have fangs in it, and I'll say, hey, bros. I consider her a bro, because a bro doesn't mean a brother in the sense of a male character. It means like a bond in the sense of I consider you like family almost. Not family per se, but I consider that person to be important to me, to be close to me, to mean something to me. And that's what the term of a bro or a dude or a mate or a guy means. And the fact that you posted that in the comment section, honestly, you need to reevaluate, dude. You need to reevaluate when you're trying to speak on behalf of a small demographic, in your opinion, that aren't even making noise about this. You're making noise on the behalf of a demographic that don't even have an issue. That is what is truly, truly mind-numbing. You honestly, like, sort yourself out, man. Sort yourself out. Liam Delahunt says, Nep, where is the show? So the reason why I didn't upload the vlog or the show this week is because for me, it has to be real. You know, it has to be meaningful. It has to actually be, it has to have value. And although I do want to do a weekly podcast or vodcast or vlogcast, it's very difficult right now to get the people that I want to do it with me at the time that I need them. And that was one of the biggest reasons why the show actually stopped in the first place. I am going to try my best to sort that out. But before I can get a group of people to be with me so we can have dynamic, interesting conversation, when I do it from just my perspective, when it's just me talking to the camera, I have to want to talk about something. And I wouldn't want to give you guys a video where I'm just sitting there babbling on about literally nothing just for the sake of making a video. I'd rather give you a FIFA video, even if it gets less views, even if it's less appreciated. I'd rather give you something that is real and that is important and that has value than give you a video log or a vlog or a podcast of me sitting there talking to my camera for 30 minutes about subjects and topics that I genuinely don't even care about just for the sake of making a video, if you get me. Harry Lawrence says, Net, please be careful about how many red cards you use for players like Luke Shaw. You might want to use them for better SBCs later on, and you might not have the red cards that you'd be willing to use for them anymore. I know you have a lot, but still. So, I mean, I tried to explain this in the last video. I guess my point was just kind of missed. I have 20 more red cards to come from the next monthly rewards, so it's not an issue. But after that, anyway, there's not much EA can do now. Like, after footies, you have MLS Team of the Season. Unless they go all out and start, releasing crazy SBCs, as I just explained earlier in the video, this game is done. Within 4 weeks, this game, it truly drops off the face of the earth once FIFA 18 information starts coming out at Gamescom and EA start releasing the top 10 fastest players, the top 10 strongest players. Like, FIFA 18 becomes the main focus, the main hype, and FIFA 17 dies. There's nothing that they're going to do within the next 4 weeks that I won't have enough cards for. I've already got lots of red cards in my club anyway. I've got 20 more to come from the monthly rewards from this month, assuming I make it to Elite 1. It's honestly, it's not going to be an issue. So there's no reason for me to take that into consideration. Now, I did have one more comment, but I don't have enough time to read it. So we end up going to 8-0, I believe. I didn't have Game 6. The footage was corrupt for that one, so I had to miss out on that one. I thought I had 7 rage quits out of 8 games. I actually had 6 rage quits out of 8 games. Which is still pretty damn awesome. I'm playing good FIFA, and I know why I'm playing good FIFA, because I'm able to space the games out comfortably, and there's no pressure for me to win. And when that's the case, I end up playing really, really good. It's just such a shame that you have to fit 40 into a weekend, because otherwise I would have a much better opportunity of getting into top 100. But anyway, guys, this is going to be the end of the gameplay. Let's go live. Alright guys, so after 8 games we find ourselves 8-0. I've actually had 7 rage quits. It's not taken me long to get these games in at all. Only game 1 went the full 90 minutes, maybe even extra time actually, I can't remember specifically. It might have been penalties, I can't remember. It was yesterday now at the time of recording this. Game 6, my computer literally blue screened after I finished recording, and the Elgato hadn't like saved it properly yet, so game 6 is corrupt. But games 1 through 5 and then 7 and 8, you would have seen 6 rage quits out of 7 games. I tell you, man, I don't know, like I don't know if I'm playing good because I'm not taking it seriously and there's no pressure on me. I don't know if I'm beating people because of the fact so many people got added in, like the top 25% of people who didn't qualify from the DKT also got put in. So I wonder if the player pool is a little bit easier to play against. I also wonder if there's not so many people playing now because the rewards are just pretty garb and no one really cares, that again I'm coming up against just an easier pool of people. But I've enjoyed the games that I have played, to be honest. I've enjoyed the games that I have played. As I say, we're 8-0. I will probably play on to about 12 wins, I think. Next week, as I told you guys, next week Team of the Year players are in rewards. So I'm taking next week entirely seriously. I'm going to play out all 40 games no matter what. But I'm already at 63 wins, and I only need 27 wins to hit Elite 1. Now, there have been weekend leagues where I have finished on 26 wins after trying my hardest. My lowest finish ever after playing all 40 games and trying my best, not including weeks like 1, 2 and 3 when I had a really bad squad and such. Basically, over the last sort of like 6 months, I've never ever finished below 26 wins after trying through all 40 games. So I'm currently 27 wins away. So I'm going to probably go and play like to 3 or 4 more wins just to make sure that even if I did have my worst ever weekend next weekend, I'd still be able to get Elite 1 for the month. That's the kind of the most important thing for me, because of course the Elite 1 rewards are also going to be containing Team of the Year players. Not that I think I'll get a Team of the Year player, but you just never know. You would have seen by the title, and you would have seen through some of the gameplay, although you wouldn't have known, or maybe you would have known because I would have showed you, we bought Zlatan Ibrahimovic. You might be wondering how I afforded Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Well, as you saw before, I got up to like 800,000 coins, something like that. We bought him for 1.3. I actually think he's 1.4 now as well. When I was looking earlier, 1.4, 1.38. Oh, there's one at 1.28, 1.275 there. Funnily enough, when I look at that 1.24, when I went to buy him, there was only 3 on the market. How about that? Now there's 10 on the market. What is going on? So what I did is I sold Dani Alves, Team of the Year, and bought Foot Birthday Abate instead. I made about 200,000 coins overall off that. I sold that Antonio Valencia, and I sold that Diego Costa that I bought, and I sold a lot of the other things that I just had in the club. So not much, but some things. So I sold that Nkulu for 32,500. That Pastore that I bought by mistake, I then sold. So I lost tax on him. I sold the Foot Birthday Emenike that I bought for like 14k that you would have seen yesterday. The Albarrake eventually sold for 45,000 coins. Dani Alves went for 280 and Costa for 250. And that is all that sold. And that then generated me enough coins to buy Foot Birthday Abate and Team of the Season Zlatan Ibrahimovic. And I tell you what, dudes, I think I've only played 3 games with the second squads, and I like it. I enjoy it a lot. This team is just really good. Ibra with 3 games, 3 goals, 1 assist. Gerrard with 3 games, 1 assist, and Lampard with 3 games and 1 goal. Surprisingly, for a guy who's played nothing but CDM for me, Alonso has a 4 games in 12 goal ratio, a 1 in 3 goal to game ratio, which is just ridiculous. But this team, guys, is just ridiculous. I absolutely love it. And then more importantly, this main team, it's disgusting. Honestly, I just love this team. Lukaku doing bits for me. His goals is dropping off massively for his games, but again, like I say, this weekend league, I've played 8 games and I've had 8 rage quits, and quite a lot of those rage quits came within the first 10 minutes after 1 or 2 goals where he wasn't involved. You know, if he gets on the field and I score a goal with Mertens and then another goal with Mertens and the guy rage quits, that's a game on Lukaku's stats that's not a goal. But I'm still very pleased with the return from all my attackers. 161 goal contributions from Hazard in 129 games. 159 goal contributions from Lukaku in 130 games. And then a massive 139 goal contributions from Mertens in 120 games. So I think Hazard has the best goal contribution ratio. But these dudes just do work, man. I love these two teams. I'm not playing, like I said, I told you guys I'm not playing seriously this weekend. I am still going to play some games. I really don't think I'm going to play all the games. It's currently 7 PM on Saturday night. I'm only through 8 games. You know what I mean? Even if I sat here and played another 5-6 games today and got myself to 12, 13 wins, maybe 11 wins if I had a bad run, and then played 10 games tomorrow, I still wouldn't even be close to finishing them. So there's no chance I'll finish them at all. Next week we've got the daily knockout for the Ultimate Screenplayer, so I'm looking forward to playing for that. And then we've also got the Rare Consumables pack, which I'll also be doing. That's an overall rating of 83 for the team. So I'm going to have to be clever with how I build the team for that. Exactly gold players as well. So, obviously I've got like full team of the season teams and 94 rated SBC cards and stuff. So that's going to be quite difficult. But we'll use some of the untradables that we have, some of the red cards, the Walcotts, the Sterlings. We'll do a squad builder for this daily knockout tournament. And the next weekend league, of course, nothing is there but top 100 best of January pack, so I'm excited for that. But yeah, I just wanted to show you the account, show you how I managed to afford Ibra, and now, as you can see, I have nothing left. I've got 14,000 coins left in the account, and if you exclude my used players, Van der Sar first team, Modric, Hazard, Ibra, Ramos, all in the 2 squads, Mertens, Hamsik, Lukaku, Koulibaly, and Abate all in the used squads. The only 2 even Embolo isn't even worth that much. I think he's like 20k, not even. And then David De Gea I think is like 40k. Where are we looking at for that? Yeah, 42k. So I don't and then I've just got nothing. I literally have nothing left in this club. I've got all these players that we got from those 100k packs, but I'll use those for SBCs over time. But I've gone from having loads to having nothing. But when you take into consideration how much I've actually got on these players, Hazard is 1 million coins, Ibra is over 1 million coins. Well, between Ibra and Hazard, you're looking like 2 million coins. Modric, over 500,000 coins. Ramos is expensive. Mertens, Hamsik, Lukaku, Koulibaly. I've dumped obviously all of my coins into these players, and I'm happy. For a Road to Glory account, I absolutely love what we've got here, dudes. I love what we've done. I love what we've built. And I love what we've got. So next video is going to be the final remaining Foot Champs games, and probably the Scream Player squad builder. Well, yeah, I might build a new squad for the Screamer Player as well, just to have a bit of fun with some different players in the club that we don't use so often. But this is going to be the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.